Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor who's been selling homes in North Texas with more than 21 years of experience. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with top community leaders, local businesses, and real estate industry experts to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers, to this episode of Community Cocktails with Kimberly. This is going to be such a great episode, and I know my viewers right now, it is springtime, and we are thinking spring cleaning and spring organizing. So I have team members here from Organized by Design, Sam and Terry. Welcome.
Thank you, Kimberly, for having us.
Oh, yes. Well, we always think, March is here, and we think spring cleaning, get the house ready, kind of get us organized, get everything out and purge. And you got some great tips for the viewers today to share of how to get yourself organized and basically room by room. So let's dive in. I'm so excited.
Great. Sometimes the hardest thing for people is getting started.
Yes.
And so if you remember in school, the hardest part of writing an essay was that first line.
Yep.
So the hardest part of organizing is really getting started and cleaning. And so we're going to suggest you start with one room, one drawer, one shelf, and just get started. Even if it means you have to move something to another room because you're overwhelmed by one room,
right. Just
move that box to one room, go through it, start. So our number one key is purging.
Purging. Did you hear that, viewers? I'm going to point out to my parents, purging. You guys have lots of time. This is such a, spring, it makes you feel good.
It does.
And, isn't there a rule of thumb on purging? If you haven't used it, in a year or 2 years, you're not going to miss it.
Well, coming out of the pandemic, people really didn't use a lot of things, that they maybe wouldn't have normally used.
Yeah.
So now that you've had a good, time period after the pandemic,
yes.
It's certainly time to go through your home and then restart and start purging through.
Definitely. I mean, I know we try and do that. We try and purge, get rid of things. My husband will say, I don't do it in my closet, but we just don't touch that. Everywhere else I do. So, well, let's, talk about some of these fun things.
Okay. Well, renewing and refreshing.
Yes.
Each room is great. And one area that's often a little bogged down are children's rooms.
Yes.
And children playrooms, media rooms. So that's a great area, especially as winter's closing out. As you've been through all the holidays with toys and with clothing, it's pretty easy for most moms to go through and decide this is too small, this is worn out, this cannot be repaired. And those are things you want to let go of.
Right.
And often it depends on the child. Some children are great on sorting their toys, and then some it's very difficult. But you have a general idea of what's come into your home, what's really not being played with, what's great to donate to others.
Yes.
And a lot of children respond so well to that because they do want to share and they do want to donate to others. So that's a key area to start in really are children's rooms and the playrooms. And with doing that, there are great ways to organize anything, whether it's something you already have. You don't need to spend a lot of money on product to get started either. So again, start that purging
yes.
of what they're using, what can be used, what you're going to use for this spring, and then what can be given away, donated, and then what needs to be thrown out.
Yes, I remember those days of all those toys and, and one thing I always felt like we always got all those, Happy Meal toys. Out of bin of those, just those. So yes, but we're past that.
Well, and it's okay to have a little bit of, toys around. We want your kids to be engaged with playing and with toys. And so we're not, expecting it to be perfect, but we think every child thrives in an organized environment. I think when a family is ready to start organizing, to see the relief and the joy that comes throughout the entire home, the peace, everybody really can benefit from the time that you put into organizing your home.
Oh, definitely. And I think one step further is that sometimes when you're going through and purging, they find toys that they forgot they had.
Absolutely.
And they become new toys. And then they have toys that they, they're like, I haven't played with this in, 2 years. Why is it still there? This would be great for, someone else to share.
It's a great first step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then the carryover of teaching your child to purge things, to give it to others, to be able even to sell it. There's a huge market for resale, but to have that carryover effect of being able to care for their spaces, as they're a child and then into, young adulthood. You want to be able to teach that lesson.
I love it. It's like a family affair.
We're so proud of our own children when we realize now all of these things we've done through the years. Now my son's dorm room is neat as a pin. It's shocking, but it does resonate with them, and it builds great habits.
I wish
Believe it or
not. Would say that's probably not the case in my son's room. But maybe I still have hope with the second one. So let's, so we have tons of different products.
We have some great products. Yes. So one of our big go-tos for busy moms is you always have papers in the kitchen.
Yes.
And, certainly in your office as well. But there's kind of a hub in almost every, family's, main living spaces where there's just an accumulation of papers. And we want to help you be able to have a spot for that. And this is just a beautiful sort of acrylic file box, but there are plastic ones you can utilize as well. And you can have sections of, items you're working on currently. You can have school items that you need to tend to. And then you can also have, personal items that you need to, stay on top of. And so this is perfect because it has handles on it. You can store it away when you have guests over in the evening. We really want you to be able to close out your evening, put your items away, be able to enjoy your family. And so have a time and a place for everything. But to have that sort of constantly staring at you doesn't really allow you to have the time to be able to focus on that. It's just never ending.
Right.
So each day to be able to go through your items, go through your papers, sort through that, and then, put it away at night.
I love that. And I love the colors. It makes me happy. Even though the stuff in there may not. Is it like a bell or, and I know we all try and, do a lot of paperless, but you do have those things that are papers that, whether it's a form you have to sign for your kids' school or just, things that you have to accumulate. There are still paper things that you get. And I love that too. Like I feel like the mail ends up stacking that stuff. You can just organize, things that need to get addressed and kind of your immediately or your 30 days out of things. So,
and it's another calming factor to where you don't have a lot of paper scattered.
Yes,
it's all in one location. So if you need something, you're going to one location. You're picking it up. It's attractive. Yep. It's neat. It's efficient.
Yep, and I love that. I mean, then you're not going through. That's what happens is I think we end up putting things in different locations and then we're trying to find it and we're tearing up the entire house finding that, trying to find that one thing. Piece. So, yep. So been there, done that. So let's continue on with all these fun things.
Well, kitchens, pantries, laundry rooms, they're a challenge for everyone.
Yes.
And so we have a couple of products to help you and also to talk about as you go through your spring cleaning and as you go through your spring organizing, your pantry makes people either a little nervous, crazy, or they feel like walking in and I know exactly where everything is. You're not overbuying. Things are not out of date.
Right.
And you can actually find what you want quickly again for your family. And that's true whether you're a young mom, whether you're a young professional, or whether you're in a transitional period and you want to entertain. Yeah. It's all where you can see it. So these are some of our favorite things to use. And one of my favorite is a turntable.
Oh, I love it.
It's spinning. And they're ideal for sauces. They're ideal for packets. They're ideal for vinegars, for oils. And we love them. We use them. And whether you want one with size or you can use a flat, they will fit in a lot of different spaces, whether it's in a cabinet or whether it's in a pantry. And you can spin them around and see what you have again.
Yep.
So it's a great resource.
I love those spinners. I have them all over. They are the best. We were talking about that. And it's my favorite thing to have because I can just spin it around and I have all my stuff. It's all contained there. So.
And you can see it. So everything's not stacked behind each other where you lose it.
Right.
So that's one of our favorite products. And for drawers, our drawer organizers that are in the front, they're great for your silverware, for your utensils, for things like peelers, anything you can think of. There is one to fit. And the benefit is then they're not, again, jumbled in a drawer. They're sectioned out. You can see exactly what you have. You can grab it. It's time saving and you know where it is. And then you put it back in the same place because it has an area and it has a nice container.
Yep, it's a little home. You can think of everything's going to have its home.
We recommend labeling your drawers so that your entire family can put things back where they go. And so that's just a certainly a tip into that is very important. It's kind of a last, finishing touch on a project that we would do. And so every single thing has a place and everybody knows where it goes. And again, it reinforces the calming effect of having everything in its place.
Wow. I don't have my stuff labeled, but I love these things. These do keep you organized, like the peelers, things like that, all together. And just, we have a lot of kitchen gadgets because I have that little chef in my house that loves his gadgets. And so we have several of those to keep us see what we have at times.
Well, and also in the kitchen, we utilize these, very inexpensive plastic bins. These are great in kitchen drawers, certainly in, cabinets as well. You can use them in the laundry room. We use them in closets and bathrooms. They're pretty versatile. They're excellent for storing clothes in the closet because you can fold all your clothes into basically have its own place and it holds it very sturdily in so that removal is easy in and out. And so you can keep your drawers organized because you want to be able to see everything within a drawer so you can actually wear it.
Right. No, I love these too. These are great. And they wipe out, if you spill something, you can just rinse it out. And they're so durable. And I love the nesting, stackables. So.
And whether you use them in a laundry room or Sam said in a closet, or whether you use them in a pantry, they're great for chips, baking goods, flours, things like that. Again, you're containing and you can see it. And so that is one of the most important things I think we can say is when you group things like things, you do know what you have. And, it's fun to see exactly what you have. And then for the moms, again, young moms who are home with their children, they want to bake, they want to do things with their kids.
Right.
It's all there. You know what you have. So these also containers in the front and the spice container. Wow. They're great again because they're organized. So whether you use the acrylic or whether you use these containers also, they can be labeled with exactly what goes in there. And whether it's a larger spinner or something like the acrylic or the plastic container, they're wonderful for children's snacks also.
Oh, yeah.
Grab and go. They can be on your lowest shelf in your pantry or in a cabinet, depending on whether you have a small storage space, whether you have a large walk-in. They're terrific for juice boxes, for pulling out healthy snacks. So they're great for children also.
Well, and I love, the concept of putting then when you're doing however you do your shopping, if you're a weekly shopper or if you're like me, I guess, on demand, you know what you had and you can easily go through your pantry and easily see right there, okay, I am almost out of this, or I need this, or you're going to be baking. Oh, my flour looks low. You see it right there versus you're digging through everything. So I love that. Keeps you organized. Plus, it's going to be a cost saver. So you're saving money.
It really is. So many people overbuy because they cannot see it. It's gotten in the back, or whether it's a closet, whether it's laundry soap, or whether it's linens, or whether it's paper towels, whatever it is, they can't find it, they can't see it. And so by utilizing some of these and labeling, then you know exactly what you have.
I love it. I love all these. I think this is great because you can see everything, stack it.
And again, when it's labeled,
look at
that. Labeling is very clear. This is maybe more, a bit pricier version of this clear bin, but it works the exact same purpose. So you really don't have to spend a lot to be able to have an organized home. It's really the most important thing is to be able to purge items, group things together, and then create those spaces to start.
Well, and the other thing with keeping it organized, you see what you're actually using.
Absolutely.
So maybe you've been buying this one, this one item, and it doesn't look like anyone in your family is eating it. So why are you buying it? Yeah. Stop, purge. Purge it. So yes. All right.
So in the closet, kind of, utilizing these for your drawers to be able to organize your closet drawers. And then within your closet, we always recommend to be able to use a uniform hanger that'll immediately lift the look of your closet after you've purged, after you've gone through and purged your closet, to go ahead and have a uniform look throughout the closet. And then, because you would not believe how many people have multiples of the same item that they, absolutely love. And so go ahead. You really probably only wear about 20% of the items in your closet. So resale is a wonderful, source for our people. Donation, obviously.
Right.
And then to be able to utilize, some accessories within your closet. So this would hang on the inner wall of your closet. It pulls out, it has a telescoping, and it would hang belts. There's one for ties. It's actually quite handy. Yes. A lot of people utilize it for scarves. So you can scarves on the tie mechanism, but it's really versatile to have valet rods in your closet as well. It's a very inexpensive way to add in some, storage to your closet to be able to, prep for the next day as you're laying out your outfit.
Yes. No, I love that. I need some of those. Those are on my list because I do prep, before for my, and it makes a difference. I will say it is a time saver. So laying out your clothes and, getting them all, hanging them out for the next day, whatever you're going to be doing, it's easy. And then you're not throwing around everything in the closet.
And there can be an emotional attachment to a lot of things that you have, things that you really love. And so we would never get rid of those things at all. Keep that. Build on your wardrobe, but knowing what you have and being able to see it again is key. And especially with hangers, you can fold them different ways to save some space. And again, you'll know exactly what you have, and it's beautiful to look at. So as well as we want everything to be efficient for everyone, but we want it to be pleasing to look at and beautiful so that when you walk in, you just feel good. It makes you feel great. It's almost like an endorphin release. You just feel, this is great. I love it. It's pretty. It's nice. It's efficient. And it's working for me.
Yep. I always feel like you should be able to shop in your closet.
Absolutely.
I love doing that. It's, then I always add to it, but oh well. And sometimes, you need some new stuff.
Absolutely.
And I love this little idea for the ties. I didn't think about that.
So this is another idea for using, whether you would choose white or clear or colors.
Yeah.
So sometimes you may not have space to hang something.
Right.
So anything can be placed in one of these containers. These are rolled. We do them by color. Mm-hmm. They can fit in a drawer. So whether it would be in a drawer in a closet or a drawer in a bedroom, you can easily pull them out, and they're just simply rolled.
Yeah.
Again, it's efficient use of space. And so whether you have a small apartment, or whether you have a large home, or whether you are in between, this is a great way to sort, and it's not going to move. It's not shifting where you're digging through a drawer.
Stuff.
So it's another great way to utilize. And by color, we do a lot of things by color. Mm-hmm. So that, again, it's not, where is that navy tie? Where is that black tie? I'm in a hurry. I don't have time. And packing, very efficient. Pull it out.
Yep.
You're going to take it on a business trip, and then you know where it goes back.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's all there. So if you were wanting in that color palette, a gold, you got it all right there. Your selections.
And it will work for socks. It will work for belts. It will work for a number of items. So there's nicely organized and pretty.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Yes, I love it. That was what makes me happy, is it all looks so pretty. But then I have to keep doing it.
It's easy to duplicate. It really is.
So that's I say, well, once you get organized, you got to keep going. You got to keep it. It's like a natural, it's like, a habit. So you just kind of get it in the habit of it. So your new habit.
And that's the most important thing, is to be able to maintain that habit. And so once you have it organized, go ahead and take photos of each, cabinet, closet, drawer area that you've organized. You could put it in a notebook. You could keep it on your phone in a folder. That will help you actually to have greater carryover, that you were able to look back and reference. This is how it's supposed to look. This is how I need to maintain it. But the most important thing really is, if you maintain it day to day, it becomes very easy to do.
Nice. I love baskets. Like, that's, I have to say, my clients know that I am a basket girl, especially in their closets. When I go in and I see like a shelf of a whole bunch of clothes just scattered, I go, get baskets, get bins, because I know that they're not going to fold it. So I go, either throw it in there. We won't see it, but it's going to look pretty. And they do it, and they're like, oh my goodness, that looks so nice. It's all about presentation.
It does. And there are all sorts of baskets. This is a beautiful basket. It goes with a number of different decors, and they can be larger. They can be smaller. They can be out of felt. You can have any kind of a basket that you want. And so again, it's another great source to make something look nice, to fit different size items. A lot of times in closets, we can use these and actually put sandals standing up.
Oh, okay.
So again, if you don't have a lot of floor space, it's another great idea of utilizing throw blankets, things like that for your sofas and all of that too. They're great in baskets. It just gives a nice, clean look.
It does. And I have to also say is, based on my messy college student, we have lots of baskets, but they're bins that look like that for his closet, because he doesn't like to fold. But, she's got one for T-shirts, one for this, one for that. He knows what goes in there. And it does keep him a little bit more organized, even though we try.
That's a step in the right direction. Yes. That is a success.
There we go. Well, we have had so much here. I hope my viewers, you have learned so much about organizing. And I know you're like, oh my gosh, how do I get started? Well, guess what? We've got these ladies that Organize by Design that will be more than happy to help you. We've got all their contact information below. So give Sam and Terry a call, and they'll get started and help you on to have an organized home. Thank you. Well, let's cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers to spring 2024. Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Apple and Spotify, as well as Kimberly's YouTube channel. If you'd like to contact Kimberly directly, you can email her at kimberlywoodard@ebby.com or call 214-632-2092. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week. And remember, don't just love your home, love your community.